would be happy to spend some time today evening, 5:30 p.m. India. And wherever you are, if you're on this channel watching, this is also going live on YouTube today. So if you're watching this live or you watch it later, hello, hello. I'm going to talk today about what? About how to build a successful career in customer experience. Now, again, why do we need to talk about building a successful career in customer experience? Because there's an unprecedented growth we are seeing in this space. And if you are a CX professional or an entrepreneur or a business leader, you are somewhere or the other hearing or talking about customer experience because every business has a customer, isn't it? So, why are we really talking about this element of building a successful career in customer experience? So, let me give you some stats. There are more than 4 million CX professionals on LinkedIn as we speak, which means there are so many professionals who are doing something in this space, are contributing, right? And how do you differentiate yourself in this space of CX? What do you do that differentiate yourself from rest of the crowd? And what can you do to be successful in this career? This is what I'm going to speak about. If you have any questions, feel free to type it in the chat box and I'll be happy to take those questions. In my 20 plus years of career and 6 years as someone who's working to help CX professional get trained, get coached, get mentored. I work with companies like Google, Cisco, Freshworks, and help them build CX competencies. That's what I do. That's what I focus on. In this actually live, I want to share with you some strategies that can help you differentiate from rest of the crowd, and more importantly, it gives you more satisfaction and fulfillment while you move ahead in this career. So really, excuse me. So really, what is a CX career? What is it that means a career in customer experience? So let me give some examples. You could be actually a business professional who is part of an e-commerce company designing their customer journeys. That could be one of the roles. Or you could be a leader in an organization who is actually focused on building customer centric culture. And I'm giving you examples from the kind of leaders who joined my CX masterclass and have learned and deployed these learnings. Or you could be a banking professional who's setting up new set of processes to take the customer experience to the next level, to improve the net promoter score, to improve the customer loyalty. So these are some of the examples of a CX professional, and there are so many more. That's why we have 4 million CX professionals over there. So how do you build a successful career in customer experience? Number one is you need to be passionate about this field, and you need to discover why do you want to be part of this. Is it just a trend because everybody is talking about it? Is it because every company is hiring a CX professional? That's a good reason, but you may lose that steam, that really the drive after a while, because it has its own flavor. So are you passionate about customer service? Are you passionate about working with the customers? Or what part of CX are you passionate about? Are you passionate about designing processes and customer journeys? Or you like to do research? So for each of these passions, you would have a different element, a specific deep dive into customer experience. You could have actually a niche for yourself. So be clear on what is it that you like. Know your why. Why do you want to stay in this stream for, I would say, rest of your life, for next 5 years, for next 10 years? And can you see yourself growing in this space? In fact, most of the senior leaders, the senior level folks, CXOs actually are very clear about customer centricity. They have intense customer focus in addition to other skills. So do you have that? Right? So come on, if you have any questions, feel free to type in, and at the right time, I would be happy to take those and answer those questions. So how do you move forward? Be very clear about your why. Then have a vision. Depending on the kind of role, do share what kind of roles do you play, what kind of CX professional you are. If you're watching this live or later, and depending on your role, do you have a vision? For example, if you're a senior leader, do you have a vision of creating a employee centric company? Employee centricity, employee experience is also part of customer experience. Do you have a vision of improving the customer loyalty and customer advocacy? So for example, Amazon's vision is to be Earth's most customer centric company. Now, Jeff Bezos have had that vision for more than 20 years. So it's not something that happened overnight and they became the most valuable company. Likewise, what's your vision in this space? And then it's important to be human centric. It's important to have the ability to be having empathy, especially in this age where so much is happening in the world, the pandemic, the wars. We need sensitive leaders. We need leaders who can put themselves in other shoes and support them and think for them. So there, do you have that? Do you actually encourage that kind of characteristic? That is maybe sometimes that might be seen as a weakness earlier, but that's a strength today, empathy. Then mastering this field of customer experience. This is both a management, and a science. So you understand the management part is building a customer centric organization, building culture, designing customer experience, having to listen to the voice of customer, drawing those insights and bringing those insights back into the organization to improve the experiences, or having a CX strategy. So these are some of the pillars of customer experience. Have you mastered that? Those are some of the things that you need to be aware of. Now let me talk about 3 levels of growth within CX. If you want to be successful, then know where do you stand. Don't suddenly start comparing with yourself with the others. So you could have 3 levels. You could be a beginner in this space, irrespective of numbers of years experience you have in this field, or you could be a professional, which means you're already pro, as we say. You are good at it, you've been doing it for some time, have done certain assignments, you have led certain projects, and those kind of things. Then you could be a CX leader, which means again you have led projects, you have led initiatives, you have led teams, and therefore you are in that space. At each level, to be successful, you need a different level of mindset. From beginner to pro to a leader, that's a natural journey, right? It's like any other field. So you need to be aware and comfortable with where you are. Now, I want to caution you as well. There could be certain derailers that can stop your growth as a successful CX professional. What are those? Would you be interested to know? Type in the chat box if you're interested to know BIO, bring it on. So let me share that with you. Having a short-term vision, that get glittering object syndrome, which means the shiny object syndrome, which is something which is shiny, which is glittering, and we think that's what I need to have for me. So CX is now a shiny object right now, like AI is, like robotics is, like big data or data analytics is, right? So you need not have to just chase it as a glittering syndrome, something which is shiny right now. You need to have your heart and soul into it for a long term, right? That's one. Second is the lack of commitment. If you are in this field, do you truly have that commitment to deploy, to face the struggle, to face the challenges, and create something of your own in this space, to stand for what you believe in, which is customer centricity, because sometimes it's a challenge, right? So know that. That's number two. Number three is not investing in your learning, thinking I know it all, I've arrived it, I've done this all like this for many, many years. So for many of you, certification might be a helpful thing. For example, I do help professionals by training them, developing their skill set in the area of customer experience. We have a very popular customer experience mastery program that we offer. One of the new program is getting launched in first week of April. If you are interested, feel free to personal message me. So you need to be investing in yourself in order to stand out, in order to continuously be in really at the helm of new developments in this field. Because the context is changing. Forrester called this as the age of customer. Now we some people also call it as the digital age of customer. Some people actually call it analytics age, age of data, right? So all that is true. We are seeing artificial intelligence, metaverse, virtual reality, e-commerce. Yet in all of these businesses, there's one thing common, which is what? Which is the customer. So the context is learn in context. Learn with the people who have been there, who are practitioners, who understand and who can guide you through by helping you build skill, by helping you find your true power and using that to go to the next level, whether you're looking for a job breakthrough, job transition, high paying opportunities, or attracting your dream job. Customer experience can be that instrument to get you there, right? So learn the context. Also, please understand when Forrester calls this as a digital age of customer, the customer is at the center. The decision making power is so much more with the customer. Now they have social media reviews, they're connected on different platforms and groups to find out about what they're buying. They can watch a YouTube video, they can look at Amazon rating, they can look at Google reviews and all that. So impatient customer, do you understand the new behavioral attributes of this new age of customer? Do you know understand about omni channel? Are you understanding today this is a time of frictionless experiences, and customers are spoiled for speed. They really want their services super fast. So what it really means is that you must be able to understand the context in which customer experience is happening. A lot of people say, what's new, what is different? Customer service, customer experience, CRM has been there for such a long time. How is it different? The context has changed because the technology has changed, because the way we saw things changing even during the pandemic. Why would Satya Nadella, Microsoft CEO, say? He actually said the speed of change was so much in terms of digitization. What we were expecting in 10 years happened in just 2 years, right? So the speed of change is so much. Now, in order to be successful, you need to also understand this context, and you also need to, at the same time, have strong fundamentals of customer experience and build on that foundation. That's because we always graduate by grade 1, grade 2, grade 6, and then we move on to college and then to bigger levels. That's how even in CX, have you visited the fundamentals? There is no MBA on customer experience. A lot of marketing and sales folks think that they have been in the customer behavior, they understand all that, but Facebook is a new marketing engine. The way we can do micro personalization, hyper personalization using some of the new technologies is unprecedented. So, bringing it back, how can you be successful? You understand that you have to have it in this game a clear vision, know your why, and have human centric mindset, understand the role of empathy, and understand different pillars of customer experience, which includes these. Number one is building a customer centric culture. Number two is building a customer centric governance. Number three is having the voice of customer in your organization. These are all deep areas. Number four is use of design thinking to drive customer experience based on empathy. Number fifth is having a clear vision and strategy. Now you need to master all that. These are the things that we cover deeply in our customer experience masterclass. If any of you watching here would be interested, feel free to personal message me for more details. We have people joining from Google, from Amazon, and all kind of organizations to deep dive their customer experience knowledge. So in order to build successful customer experience career, these are some of the things that you need to master. I welcome if you have any questions for me to respond to. I'll be happy to share that with you. If you want to get into this area, if you want to build your career in customer experience, or if you want me to talk about something in my upcoming live webinars, I will be happy to talk about that to support this journey of customer experience. That's what I do. So I really want to thank you. I will keep it short. I think I'm getting some question here. Okay, so I don't see the name. I'm seeing someone typing in. Thank you for your question there. Yes, would like to go through your course contents. Uh, Put your name there. Of course, later on in my feed, I should be able to see your name. Thanks for that question. Interestingly, I can't see your name right now. Here it says LinkedIn user. Yes, I will be able to share the course content with you. This is a certified course content by CXPA. I've been doing this for more than 6 years now. We'll be happy to share the content and have a look and see if what all is included and if it supports your vision in that. We've had trained hundreds of professionals from large organizations to build a customer experience career, to attract high-paying job, to transition into new roles, to growing their salary and positions. So we'll be happy to share that information with you. Okay. Any more question? Anything else that you would have that you want me to talk about? Of course, I'm here not getting deep into the subject of customer experience, but I'm talking about building a career in the area of customer experience. If there are no more questions, I would start to wrap this up. I wanted to keep it short and wanted to connect on the platform so that I can share some of the aspects of building a successful career in customer experience. Thank you for coming here live, or if you watch it later. Either way, please feel free to leave your comment as to what you liked about the webinar, and it'll help me also to plan my subsequent live or recorded uh, content for the audience that I'm serving. Thank you so much. Bye bye.